Hi guys. Okay. So today I decided to I'm not active on YouTube or anything, but I've been working on something lately, and I would like to share it and tell what it meant for me and what it did for me. So as you can see, I got the Leuchtturm. I noticed that barely anyone knows how to pronounce it, but I think that's the way. I bought this bullet journal a while ago. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's got like this little pattern on it that says bullet journal. But I'm not actually using this as a music journal. Basically, what I decided to do is because I really like music. I think everyone does, but music really is a special part of me, and music just means so much to me. And a while ago I decided that maybe it was good for me to write about it, to really describe how I feel about music and every experience that I've had with some of my favorite bands, and talk about my favorite songs in specific. Just write the lyrics and what they mean to me, and what I think of when I listen to certain songs. I want to tell though I'm Dutch, so my English might not be perfect, but I'm doing my best. Okay, so how I started this was getting the supplies that I needed, and when I ordered everything I needed to get started with this, I ordered this journal, and the Crayola Super Tips, I think they're called. I just have one to show you guys. This is it, and they come in a pack of 50. This is the point. So you get 50 colors of these, and they are really affordable, so it's really good to start with these. And we have this art supply shop in Amsterdam, a shop that I basically visit once a week. Now I started this, and when I entered that shop a while ago, before I bought this journal, or before I received it, I don't really remember. I entered that shop just to walk around a bit, and I saw these fine liners that I had heard of a lot, and a lot of people who work on bullet journals use these, was what I noticed. And I decided to buy a package of them, and they come in 4. I believe you also have a package with other sizes, but this is the one I got. So you got XS, which is a really fine tip like that. And the S, this is the one I use for just the writing, and this is, just a bit of a thicker tip, I would say. And then you got M, which is a bit thicker than the S, and the F, and this one I use for doodles and stuff like that. So I'm really happy with these. They don't bleed through, and it's really nice to just start with these, but actually any fine liner is okay. I don't think it really makes a difference. But anyway, and I got the Crayola Super Tips, I already said, and I got these because, well, I had heard of the brush, the Tombow dual brush pens, of course, but I didn't know a shop where they sold them in Amsterdam. So I was pretty sad about that, because, I was just starting the bullet journal, and I didn't know if it would really work for me, so I didn't want to spend too much money on it. And the Tombow brush pens are pretty expensive, but I found these in a art shop in Amsterdam. These are brush pens as well, but not really, like, they work pretty good, and they come in pretty much colors in the package that I got them. I'd never heard of this brand before, but they're okay, I guess. And then when I got all those supplies, so I started with these brush pens. They are from Caran d'Ache. I have no idea how to pronounce that. The Faber-Castell fine liners, and the Crayola Super Tips. So these 3 are supplies are the things I started with. And I'm just gonna open this journal. Okay, so I actually decided to call it a random journal because it's not a bullet journal. I don't use it for planning or anything like that. But just, for anything I like, basically. So I sometimes write a poem in it that I like, or, mostly music. But it started like this. I don't use these pages. Now I realize that that was maybe better for me to get just a normal notebook of this brand. I'm sorry, but yeah, well, I'm really happy with this one. It's really nice. So these are the first pages that I made. I was really nervous to start because I was really scared to mess this up, and you can see here I kind of did mess up with the G of journal, but I always use pencil first when I started this. This is something that I also like. I saw this on Pinterest. I got a lot of inspiration from there. And here a poem that I really like, and I got some stickers, but I got these later. I added these 2 days ago, I think, in a pretty big warehouse in Amsterdam. I got these stickers, and they are kind of nice, I think. So yeah, these are just fun to play around with a bit. And washi tape, I ordered one on the internet, so I'm really happy with that. But this is, when I look back at this, I'm still I like it, and I'm really glad that I started it, and I think it looks okay. And I started, I was planning on doing this each time when the month just started, just make a introduction page, I think it's called, a little quote and songs to discuss, so songs that I wanted to write about. But eventually, you will see in a while, I started something that caused me to not be able to talk about other songs in June. So this is my introduction page for June, and I pretty like how this turned out. I'm pretty proud of that because I was really scared that my lettering would be really messy and stuff, but I think it's not that bad. Okay, so you have this band, DAWs. This was really the first song that I wanted to discuss, All Your Favorite Bands by DAWs, my favorite band, one of my favorite bands. I just love them and their music so much, and their songs are really meaningful to me. For example, this one is basically about wishing someone well, but not just saying I wish you well or I love you, but wishing that your bands will stay together no matter what. So here I wrote down the lyrics of the song, and here, because I discovered this song when I was on a road trip in the United States with my best friend and my parents, and we traveled. I discovered this song in the weeks that we were in California, Utah, Nevada, and this song just really gives me this Bryce Canyon vibe, a place that we visited, which was so beautiful. So I tried to kind of draw some aspects of the Bryce Canyon here to finish this, and here I wrote what the song means to me, and then on the next page I wrote down some facts, just the artist, the album, when it was released, and the genre. I don't know how to pronounce that in English, I'm sorry. And here I put the song meaning to the artist, because when he talks about music, it's Taylor Goldsmith, and this is such a beautiful. You can pause it maybe if you want to read it. And here I just put some fun facts, that I used the main line as my graduation quote, and that I discovered this song in the United States. But I wrote this down pretty late in June, so this was on the 21st of June, but it's not really late in June, but I got pretty busy with work and stuff, and I didn't really know how to continue. So then July arrived, and I decided, then I can just start with the month of July. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I was pretty proud. Just the fact that I wanted to do this kind of thing to finish it, but I wrote an E by accident, but it doesn't really bother me. And here I wrote down a quote: no matter what people think of you, always keep singing your own song. I found that on the internet, and I really I thought it was a pretty nice quote. So here I started. I was gonna start with just a band spread, because Heffron Drive is one of my favorite bands as well. And I was just gonna do a band spread and describe how they are as a band and how they formed and what kind of music they make. So I put here band facts, put some washi tape here, and some lyrics of one of their songs, and just describing how they formed as a band again, and the kind of music they are releasing and have released. But then I decided, how about just put all my oh, well, first I wrote down why I love them so much and why they are my favorite band. Here, a song quote again, I put a Polaroid of them here, which they sell as merchandise on their shows. And another lyric of one of their songs, and just describing why I love them. And then I decided, this is still about why I love them. Some of my favorite songs, which I kind of regret. I kind of regret this now, because I really can't decide my favorite song. I could just write them all down here, so I just I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. And here I decided to write about my experiences, because I went to 3 of their concerts and I met them several times, and I really wanted to write about that. So I decided to do that here. So this is when I first met Kendall. It was in 2014. So I just wrote down the story, and I put my train ticket here that I still have. And the next day we met them. We met him again. So I wrote about that, and I put the pictures as well. Another song lyric. And my first concert, another song lyric. And here I really noticed that it really takes practice, the hand lettering. And if you just get more confident with it after practicing, it really helps, for me at least, because at first I was really scared to do this, but I did this without even sketching before, with a pencil. And before I did this, I would never imagine me not first, making lines that I can trace before I start working with brushes and stuff. So here I talked about my first concert, which was in Rome. So I put the skyline of Rome here, wrote Rome behind it. So yes, and here I put some pictures of the concerts and a picture I took in Rome. This is a quote of Kendall, and my concert ticket and my flight ticket. So yeah, this it speaks for itself actually. And on a road trip in the United States, we were able to see them in Chicago, which was undescribably amazing. But I tried. So here I put the poster of the dates, and I highlighted the date that we went there. These were my tweets when I realized that we were going to see them. Here I put another song lyric and some pictures again. Here I wrote about the concert and another song quote, some pictures again that my dad took, actually. So that's pretty interesting. And this was after the concert, and I'm busy with this now. I'm gonna start writing about that right now. So yeah, that's basically where I ended up. I'm just gonna work on this again after this video, because I really got obsessed. And I really recommend doing this. It doesn't matter how you use it, as a bullet journal or a diary, or just write about things that you love or anything, because it's really you can let your creativity flow and just be free in it. Something that I really like, and I really notice you get better at it, and you dare more, I would say, the more you do it. Because here I was really carefully with doodling and making sure that I didn't make any mistakes. And here, for example, I actually made a mistake, because here I wanted to put the picture of me and Kendall, but I already wrote over this, which caused the picture to not fit on the page. So then I decided to just put it over the text that I wrote, put some washi tape here to cover up the text that I already wrote, and then just continue here. And that is something I really like to find out, to ways to hide your mistakes. And everyone makes mistakes, I remember watching all these videos on YouTube, and I was so intimidated by everything, because it seemed like everyone just made something perfect without even having to trace first on paper, but I think everyone has to start somewhere. I really understand people that are too scared to do this, because I was too. But now that I actually just let it go and decided not to be afraid of making mistakes, because here I kind of regret this part, because my writing is pretty messy here. But it doesn't matter, because I know that when I'm in my 30s or 40s, I'm really happy with this, you know, and I have so much more space and pages to write, and it's really therapeutic for me as well, because you can just talk about anything that you like, or maybe experiences that weren't so nice for you. So yeah, I really recommend it, and I'm definitely just gonna continue this for as long as I can, and write about songs and artists and experiences, poems, stories that I might like, and write down. So yeah, this really, it means a lot to me to do this, and I'm really happy with it, and I hope that this video maybe helped you guys to get over the fact that it might not be perfect in the beginning. And I really recommend just starting and letting your creativity flow, and just not be too scared of messing up, because even if you mess up, it doesn't matter, because this is your personal little book, diary, I don't know how to call it, and that defines who you are. That sounds really deep, but I think it's really nice to see, you know, the process of the beginning and how it is right now. You know, I just put texts and colors and pictures everywhere, and I was so careful, and here I also messed up, and I was almost crying, but then I decided, you know, this happens, and I'm just gonna continue and see where I end up, and now I'm really addicted to this. So I'm really happy I started, and I really hope that you guys will too, if you might be scared. And maybe if you're, because I'm from Europe, and most of the stuff that you see on the internet, for example these, are only easy to get in the United States. But I actually found several ways to get the Tombow brush pens, for example, I still have to talk about, because there are actually plenty of shops in Amsterdam where you can get these, and I'm really happy with that, because now I can just, you know, when I walk by a store, I can just buy one of these. I got 4 now, I think, and I'm really happy with them. They are really amazing. I really recommend these. And yeah, I got some tracing paper as well. Maybe if I want to put some more complicated drawings in here, I can just trace it, you know, from my computer screen. So yeah, I have a lot of ideas, and maybe if you guys would like to know more about this or have any questions, just leave them down below, and I'll feel glad to answer them. Amsterdam. That really sounded like Amsterdam, but anyway, I'm sorry. Have a great day, guys, and I'll maybe see you in another video. This is the first video I will ever put on YouTube, I think, but anyway, have a nice day, and I hope this helps you guys in one way or another.